bringing you game number 5. Game number 5. I'm bad at math. Game number 5 between coL.Ryze and TubbyTheFat, two amazing Canadian players duking it out in these show matches.
And the game is ready, so let's jump into the game, which we already have.
Oh, you're late.
I am so slow at this. So, spawning...
So unprofessional.
Whoa, this is a nice map. So, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of... I don't even know what this map's called. This is...
You're not watching an ASL, are you?
No, I haven't been seeing an ASL. I've been watching
you should be watching this instead.
This is what you should be watching.
Yeah.
I like that. So it's coL.Ryze as the red Zerg.
Nuts to you, Ken Silva. coL.Ryze with his awesome camera work by GZ Swanson. And his opponent in the top right-hand corner, 2 o'clock? Is that 2 o'clock? Let me look at my watch. 1:30.
There we go.
We have his opponent, TubbyTheFat, the orange Protoss, TubbyTheFat. Going under the pseudonym Emma Stone. Could you imagine if they were actually the same person?
Emma Stone was Emma Stone?
No, what?
What are you
Could
talking
you
about?
imagine if TubbyTheFat just he
was
unzipped his suit and he was Emma Stone?
Holy moly.
Well, would you watch a whole bunch more TubbyTheFat?
I don't know. It would make me feel different about all the Emma Stone movies.
Oh, would you? Why would it make you feel different? Like, you'd be like, she's so good at StarCraft, bro.
No, it'd just be like, deep down inside of her, there's TubbyTheFat.
No.
It's part of her
she is deep in...
personality.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
You are mind
It's obvious that
blowing me
she
right
would
now.
be inside of TubbyTheFat. TubbyTheFat would be the exterior.
Let's stop
What's wrong
talking
with
about
you?
people being inside other people.
All right, whatever. Whatever,
Is it
bro.
appropriate for the
You
stream?
don't even know.
There are kids watching this, Frank? Your kids are watching this?
So, yeah, actually, my daughter might be watching
Exactly.
this. Shout out to Sophia.
Hey,
What's
Sophia.
up, girl? Be good. Listen to your mom. So we do see both of our players scuttling around our map, frantically saying, "What map is this? Where do we spawn?"
That's just my mistake.
And trying to find out where their opponents are. We do see a Forge Fast Expand, a typical Forge Fast Expand coming out for TubbyTheFat, and a the natural coming out for Ryze. But he did go spawning pool first, so he will be able to get some Zerglings out pretty quickly. And he already knows where TubbyTheFat is, so we'll see if he decides to do some aggression or just wants to tech up a little faster.
Definitely. We see 2 legs coming out already. This is just going to be a scouting party, going to be able to go into the base and maybe just take that watchtower a little earlier. So we see Protoss finishing up with that wall off there with that extra neutral supply depot.
Yeah.
I like those neutral supply depots. I don't know why one's here, though.
Did you see Hero use it to charge up his Void Rays?
Yes.
Oh, so clever.
Excellent.
That Hero.
I mean, why would they put one here, though? I mean, the other ones, you put a supply depot there, it can kind of block off your ramp from any sort of pylon block,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I thought the main reason for it was. Maybe they just became enamored by these neutral supply depots.
Maybe it just helps out the player try to win.
Oh, and this is a very large choke, so I think Protoss have been accustomed to building. You can block a gate, or you can block a ramp typically with a pylon and 2 buildings, and because of the girth of this ramp, really you needed just something else. So they decided to keep the bigger ramp and put a neutral supply depot, which is neat to have just a little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Instead of just always having the same static, this is the size of the ramp, these are the dimensions, trying to change it up a little.
Gotta mix it up a little bit, exactly. Yeah. Keep stuff interesting. Quick third base going down for Ryze here. Feeling pretty confident right now. Just getting that third base up.
Yeah, I mean, very good analysis on it.
Thank you.
So yeah, it will be a 3-base Zerg on a 2-base Protoss, very typical in this matchup, and this map does not look like it's conducive to a 3-base Protoss this early, unlike Entombed Valley. So TubbyTheFat does check out the timing of that third, so he will know that Ryze is going for 3 bases. He's not going to do any aggression probably within the next few minutes or so, and TubbyTheFat really seems to appreciate this cannon play. There is a lot more space in the back of this mineral line than in Daybreak, so he won't be able to completely block himself in. The hatch has absolutely no vision of this pylon play because the hatch is completely blind, and if he gets this cannon up, the hatch will finish in time to see it after it spawns, but really the cannons will be about half done by that point.
And now the probe does decide to show itself, and that Overlord was just not in the right position to spot those cannons and pylons going up. One Zergling's going to go in, he is going to be able to chase this probe out, but now the probe's trying to go around, maybe even wall off those finishing cannons there. But looks like the probe will be able to be chased out. One queen coming in, able to get the... Nope, the Zealot comes in to save the probe.
So this is a little bit reminiscent of their matchup on Daybreak, the second map, I believe it was. But this time, TubbyTheFat is being a little more aggressive, even bringing in a Zealot. Now, he will be able to kill this hatch. There's probably no question about that. But he did spend a ton of minerals to do that. He spent 300 on cannons, 100 on the pylon, and even 100 on his Zealot. So he will, I mean, it's good that he does take down that hatch, but the Zerg will basically be able to expand to any number of these other mineral patches around the area, and he didn't have to spend much except for 300 minerals.
That's for sure, and you know, Ryze is doing the right thing right now. Even though he lost his hatchery, he's still going to be droning up, and you know, he knows that there's he's in still a pretty okay spot. He did lose his hatchery, that is a big problem there, but right now Protoss is going for the Void Rays. He has the double Stargate, which we saw at the front of the base, and that could pose a problem for sure.
Indeed, Speedlings are going to be on their way. Void Rays are not very effective against the sheer number of lings, they just can't get charged up on those tiny units. But TubbyTheFat will have to be very careful here. Ryze does like to go for the counter pushes. If he sees something that he doesn't want to deal with, he just completely pushes his Roach and Ling army into your base, even though he doesn't have Roach this time. But he is getting for a massive number of, he is going for a bunch of Lings, sorry, not a massive number. And now some Phoenix joining the Void Ray friend.
I don't know if you saw that or not, but there is a Queen, and she is making a trek across the map right now. Not sure where she's going.
Is there an Overlord north of her? Because maybe he's going to drop some creep. Oh, she's going to drop some creep tumors.
Interesting. So getting that creep spread started out really early. Here comes the first Void Ray, though. Going to be moving into the Zerg's main base. Not too many tech structures there. They're actually mostly down at the natural.
The Evo chambers are almost done, so Spore Crawlers won't be able to go up for another couple seconds, and really only Queens to defend against this. This Void Ray is going to be able to take down this Queen if he's not careful. There is no Queen in the area to transfuse, but the Queen is frantically running, and on creep she can actually do that, and the one Queen is almost dead. Is he going to... Oh, no, and with the Phoenix lifting up that one Queen, he has sent that other Queen to death. Now 2 Void Rays. This is going to be extremely difficult for coL.Ryze to hold.
So we look at the front of the base right now, and it looks like the Zerg creep has been plopped down really close to the Protoss' natural. A couple Lings did go in, but they didn't seem to do any damage, and now the main base of our Zerg player is under assault. The Void Rays are charged up. This hatchery will go down. The Spore is trying to burrow into the ground as fast as possibly can, but getting target fired down now. We'll be able to shoot this Void, but nice micro there by Emma Stone, and is able to save that hatchery. Spore Crawler. Void Ray.
Well, he did not save that Spore Crawler, but he is rooting 2 more as quickly as he possibly can. He really wants to repel this. I'm not sure if he'll be able to save his hatch in time, but with some proper micro with these Spores and Queens, he might be able to defend it. He will have to transfuse that hatch, though. 1 Void Ray does go down. These 4 Phoenix are doing a great job lifting up the Queens. The Queens are frantically trying to throw their spines, but the Phoenix numbers are just too great lifting up, and he does lose the hatch. Luckily, he upgraded his natural instead of his main, so he didn't lose that much of a tech. He didn't get a tech drop-off, but really that's not the kind of stuff that he wants to happen. And now Infestor's being chomped by those Phoenix, so this is a really tough situation. Air is really ravaging our Zerg player Ryze.
This Void Ray actually might just go down. It is taken down by Infested Terrans, but now even just more... ran out of energy for the Phoenix, so lucky break there for Ryze. These Phoenix are unable to pick up any more of those high-cost Infestors. Looking at the worker count, still pretty similar right now, and it looks like... TubbyTheFat is just going to stick to this air-based army, even getting +1 attack for his planes.
Indeed, maybe going to push into carriers shortly after this. Some Zerglings are going to come towards the front of TubbyTheFat's base just to maybe see what's up. Can I sneak in here? Can I do any damage at all? But this looks very well defended, even with the sentry there to force field if he so chooses. The tumor placement for Ryze was actually very clever because it provides him the ability to completely deny that easy third base. Now if Tubby does want a third base, he's going to have to go into some unusual, awkward locations. These Phoenix are trying to be active, trying to kill as many drones as possible. Going to lift up Infestors and going to get some nice kills on these Infestors, those high gas units. 1 Fungal does go down, so baiting out a bunch of Fungals on these Phoenix as well. But really, these Phoenix are going to be paying for themselves very quickly.
Yep, doing a lot of damage to the Overlords here. Another Infestor being picked up here, and oh my goodness, is going to lose that 1 Phoenix still, but another Infestor being sniped there. Just doing a great job keeping those numbers low. The creep spread is actually getting pretty ridiculous right now. It's almost at the front of the ramp for TubbyTheFat, and right now he's still going Void Rays. No transition to carriers yet. And, you know, to clear out that creep, he definitely needs to get down that robo
And he needs an observer. He can't do anything. He can't get cannons within the range of that creep tumor because of the creep itself. So really an awkward position for TubbyTheFat to be in. I'm not sure if he even knows that it exists. But now these 2 Void Rays are going to be attacking the third base. Maybe the second time he'll be able to snipe this third base. So really a good job by TubbyTheFat keeping Ryze stuck on 2 bases and really not able to establish himself on 3 bases.
Here comes the 1 Void Ray trying to scout out.
He's like, what? Where'd all this creep come from? What's going on over here?
But with this Void Ray and this Phoenix attack over here, these Queens and Infestors will pretty much be very easily taken care of. Void Rays are still charged. Don't lose their charge yet. Is able to take out that one Queen, but getting fungled. And I think all these Phoenixes might just go down. Nope, just one goes down, and another Infestor are going to be going down for Ryze.
Really, these Phoenix have already paid for themselves, so although he is losing them right now, and although you never really want to lose units for nothing, they have basically paid for themselves with the damage that they have done and with the assault that they've provided in Ryze's base. We do see that Ryze is not opting to get that getting the Observer. He's instead going to go for this heavy Void Ray push, and he's killing Queen after Queen and Spore Crawler and Infestor, so he's really doing a good job of playing a game of attrition, but will he be able to administer a killing blow with this army?
These fights are actually pretty interesting. They're little skirmishes all across the map. You know, a couple things being picked off here, a couple more Overlords being picked off there, and you're right. It's not a huge fight, but he's picking off things and slowly weakening Ryze.
Getting that shield upgrade for his air unit simply because he does not have the fleet beacon to get his level 2 for his air units, so he's going to be having to get that shield upgrade, which is awesome. Good for you, TubbyTheFat. He is now getting his Robo Base, so as I suspected, either he was going to have to end it on this tech or he was going to have to get an Observer so that he can get 3 bases. And now he's still doing a great job killing as many Infestors as possible, so this is doing a really good job of keeping Ryze spending money on this army and spending money on Infestors, and that's a huge investment that he has to spend money on.
There's so many +1 Void Rays right now. They're just taking out everything. Oh, he's going to lose that one to the Spore Crawler. A lot of Spines coming down in the front, though. Probably afraid of some sort of gateway transition that TubbyTheFat could do. Right now, though, just a lot of drones spread out around the map, possibly trying to get hatcheries all over the place, just because he really needs another base up. So, you know, maybe getting a base up so he gets another base snipe, but he'll still have another one up.
Yeah.
He's trying to figure that out right now.
Well, it's like what you said when we saw, I forget what matchup it was, but somebody was going Mass Phoenix, and you said, hatcheries, man. It's the counter to Phoenix. So,
that's what it is.
Yeah, he is trying to expand. It does get spotted, and will be able to be killed very easily should TubbyTheFat just march his Zealots over there, but really, we do see that TubbyTheFat is now trying to put all his army into this creep tumor area, and he really just wants to clear this out as quickly as possible. The Observer is going to give him all the sight he needs, and he will be able to establish a third after a long time because this creep needs to recede.
Definitely. So there's the Overlord. There's the one that was responsible for all of this creep, and the Queen as well. I wonder if she made her way back home. Hopefully.
I don't know.
Hopefully
yeah,
she was safe, returned to her little larva.
Yep. So 5 Spine Crawlers just finishing now. That third base does get canceled once again. So actually what would have been the 4th base, because the 3rd base is going down in Ryze's actual normal 3rd base. And he is heavy saturation. A bunch of drones get pushed over there. So Ryze now is going to have to spend most of his money on army. You do see 3 Infestors in the production tab. And we see that TubbyTheFat is going to favor this airplay and actually now transitioning to a little Mortals. The Zerglings almost get a little run by into that base, try to push their way in, but the Zealot Bodyguard bouncers say no, thou shall not pass, and now these Zerglings are going to get out scot-free.
Zerglings are now retreating back to their main base, and this army is like a very strange composition. You usually don't see this very often. Void Ray Zealot, very very similar to my my gold level replays that I still have sitting somewhere in my
Void
documents folder. Void Rays are a good unit, and look at them. They're such a good unit. They're killing all the Lings on the ground.
Yeah, these Lings do die very quickly, especially to an army like this, but the Lings are probably just going to be doing some counter pushes, trying to keep TubbyTheFat from moving out. Spire is going up for Ryze, and he is getting a bunch of Roaches. The Roaches are armored units, which mean the Void Rays are going to be able to attack them very strongly. We see a big army of TubbyTheFat moving into the front base. These Spine Crawlers are going to have a very bad time against this army. The Spore is going to die very quickly. The Fungal Growths are good to start whittling down this army, but he needs more than just one Fungal Growth at a time. The Phoenix in the back are picking up the Infestors, and are able to take out 2 very easily. The Infestors are frantically trying to get back to the base. A 3rd Infestor dies. 2 more get picked up, 3 more even, and I'm not sure if these Infestors are going to survive. This Void Ray army is absolutely eviscerating all of this Zerg army.
What do you even fungal there? Do you fungal the Zealots? Do you fungal Fongle the Void Race, right? He had to make a choice, and the choice he made was the Fongle the Zealot. But that just meant the Void Rays were free to reign across this map, and you can see all the energy spent now. There's still more Zealots being warped in. There's just basically nothing that Zerg can do. There's not enough anti-air here.
And TubbyTheFat doing a great job of clawing himself into this series. These Spine Crawlers are trying to headbutt their way to victory against these Zealots, and a bunch of them survive. But now with the Void Rays done, you need to transition those into Spore Crawlers, lest you die to a simple Void Ray push. And now the upgraded base of coL.Ryze is going to go down very quickly. These Void Rays are almost, most of them are fully charged. Some of them are trying to charge up on the weaker buildings and units, and really Ryze is now at the end game. He is trying to counter with a little bit of a roach aggression towards the front of TubbyTheFat's base, but really it might be too little too late.
And there goes down the hive, so all the tech has basically reset once these other tech structures gets taken out. But right now, you know, the Queen defense and the Infested defense, he is able to hold that off, and this Roach army is doing okay. He's getting a couple of probe kills here, but with just another Warband. Here comes the Stalkers. They're going to take out these Roaches with no problem at all.
Indeed, these Roaches will go down. This hatch will go down as well to this Void Ray, which is happily shooting down this hatch here, which is sadly going to die and leave Broodlings to attack nothing. The Nexus is finally done, and having those Roaches for Ryze cresting that hill and seeing that that third base was established really must have made his heart sink. His only saving grace would be, did he go all in on me? Did he not establish a third? Because if that's the case, maybe I have a chance to come back into this game. But seeing that third base really must have put the hurt on him.
There's a lot of sentries in that army over here, and once again, these Phoenix are proving so useful in scouting and knowing when these bases are coming up, so the Void Ray army can just go and take it out again. So this base will definitely not go up. And what is Ryze going to do? He is trying to get another, I think that's another layer being morphed in at his third base.
Ryze is sending hatches around the base like they are creep tumors, trying his best to just spread them everywhere he possibly can. Never say die, deciding that he still has a chance in this game. I'm not sure if he can repel this army. The supply difference is pretty large for TubbyTheFat, and the army count is most of what that supply difference is. So these Spine Crawlers are trying to kill these Zealots and Sentries and Stalkers, but they have to kill the Zealots first. I'm not sure if they'll be able to. The fungal growths are decent. The Infested Terrans are coming out. The Infested Terrans need to do as much free damage as possible. A bunch of force fields do prevent them from doing any damage at all, and now they will die because they are on a timer.
Nice strategy there. Just force fielding the Infested Terrans and moving away. He knows that they're going to run out. There's no point. He doesn't need to engage them. Just going to wait till they die and then push in again. And here we go. Most of the Infested Terrans' timers have run out, and now it's just Queens and a few Spine Crawlers and a couple of Roaches left. But this Protoss army is looking so strong right now. Even got the Infestors being lifted up in the back.
Indeed, Tubby's done a great job of resupplying those Phoenix just for the expediency, is that the right word, of killing these infestors in the back, and these Void Rays doing the brunt of the damage in the front. Stalkers are really just doing some range damage behind the Zealots who have already died, and now this might be the end for coL.Ryze. He is now going to send all of his drones into this army. They're going to die very quickly, getting melted by this army composition. You see that really there was nothing that Ryze could do in that situation. He was just stifled too many times by some really clever aggression by TubbyTheFat.
GG!
GG!
There we go.
So that was game number 5. That means it's 3-2 for coL.Ryze. So TubbyTheFat's still very much alive. It is a best-of-7 series. Anything could happen. So just a reminder to you guys watching, I think we're going to be going to break, but make sure you do tell more people about this and let them know about Canadian esports and how vibrant and amazing it is, and that you want them to watch what you're watching, because this is really cool. It's actually really awesome show matches. That's it.
Nod.
Really awkward. What an awesome transition. Good job, Songers. All right, so we'll be going to break, guys.
I want to drink my water.